Okay, good evening, wet shavers. It's been a long time since my last video. Apologies, a whole year. I'm back in Greece. I have time to do a shave video, and I thought I'd do one. So here you go. I thought I'd do a comparison video this year. Thank you to all my subscribers who've waited a whole year for this one. It's really not going to be worth it, but anyway. So the comparison video that I'm going to run is about carry-on razors on airplanes. So when you fly with only carry-on luggage, you've got a minimum amount of space and you're not allowed to take a DE or a straight razor with you. What do? Obviously you revert to a cartridge razor, and I've got two cartridge razors to compare for you this evening. So the first one is the Gillette Fusion Proglide, all singing, all dancing, 5-bladed, swiveling, tilting razor with a lubricating strip, supposed to do everything. These things retail at about 25 quid with 7 blades, I think that is, or you can buy the refill blades for these. 8 costs you around 20 quid, something like that. The prices fluctuate a bit, but this is not a cheap razor. It's quite heavy, it feels, very good. It's got graphics all over it and a swivelly orange ball. There's technology in here. I'm going to compare that with this. This is the Gillette Guard. Now, many of you may not be familiar with this. In the sort of wet shaving circles, those familiar with single edge and double edge razors will be familiar with this, I believe. This is a very, very lightweight, incredibly cheap to produce Gillette razor called the Gillette Guard. This was produced for the Asian market, particularly for India, and the shaves on this with a single blade and a tilting head. It's been around a while now, but it was developed, I think, originally to allow shavers in India, for example, to shave for a rupee. A rupee is literally like a couple of pence. So I'm going to compare, high-end, low-end razors and see how we get on. I'm going to go high-end with the soap, so I'm going to crack on with the shave and I'll talk you through it as we go, because we're already a few minutes in and I don't want it to drag. So we are in Greece, having a quick ouzo, yamas. Lovely. Right. Just wet the face a bit more. I am using the ever-trusty Paul Frank Monkey Mug here in Corfu, as I do. And the brush I'm using is this one. It's called the Amiga Mixed Midget. That's how it's known. It's got some kind of code to it. I can't remember the code, sorry. But essentially it's a mixed brush, badger and boar hair mixed. Very, very small. I don't know if you can see how tiny that is. It's, I think, 20 mil knot. I'll be surprised if it's that big, to be perfectly honest. It's tiny. I'm going to be using this, and I'm using Martin de Candre, really nice high-end French soap, beautiful soap, incredible Fougere scent, very, very nice. I just brought a sample of this, so I don't actually own the whole thing. It's quite an expensive soap. I think it's around £40 for a soap that will last a long, long time. It'll last a full year, but. Martin de Candre, Fougere. The scent on that is just magnificent, quite frankly. Already whipped up the lather, going to get that on the face. So what I thought I'd do, while we're doing the shave, is I'll just do one half of my face with the Proglide, the Fusion, with all its technology, and then the other side of the face, I'm going to use the Guard. You'll have noticed I've got, 4 or 5 days of growth at least, maybe more. I can't remember what I'll shave, to be honest. On holiday, you kind of forget these things, don't you? But the lather from the Martin de Candre soap is absolutely beautiful. It feels fantastic. Those of you who've been wet shaving for a while will be familiar with the product. If not, check it out. It is not cheap, but it is a very luxurious product. It feels wonderful. It smells awesome. I like a sort of ferny, woody Fougere scent particularly, and this one is one of the best, quite frankly, as attested to by many other wet shavers, I would say. Okay, little brush, but it does really well. You know, you can see how much lather there is on that. Tons of it. I'm going to do a couple of passes tonight. I haven't got time to do a lot. We're off out for dinner and I don't want to make everybody late by faffing about in the bathroom like a weirdo, like I normally do. So, I'm going to kick off with the all singing, all dancing Fusion Proglide. So we've got 5 blades very closely packed together. How that's going to cope with my 5-6 days of growth, I don't know. We'll find out now. Let's crack on. Oh, I don't need to do all that. I do all that business because I'm used to straight razor shaving, with a cutthroat razor. Been doing that for a little while now. I intended to do a cutthroat razor shave, to be honest, before this one, but ran out of time. I will maybe do one for you all if anybody's interested. Yeah. Right, okay, so here's the Fusion Proglide. How is that coping? Surprisingly well, actually. I mean, that first little foray into the hairs feels pretty good. It's a strange one. I'm going to describe how that feels now. It's almost like somebody who's really used to like feedback from the razor and you recognise what it's doing when you're using a DE, you get a noise, a scraping noise. It sort of feels like nothing's happening. It's very, quiet, it's very unobtrusive. Did a little burp then, apologies. It is cutting the hair. I ought to say as well, my wife used this on her legs and armpits the other night, and no complaints from her at all. She quite enjoyed it, I think. She has been using my DE razors for a while now, but I think she actually quite enjoyed the simplicity of this. She has had a few cuts with the DE, not bad ones, nothing, just little nicks, but this sort of reduces any. It feels like it just completely reduces any risk. Just feeling my face though, I tell you what I don't like at the moment. This lubricating strip at the top is like leaving a bit of goo on my face, and I don't know what that goo is. It's not from the soap. The soap is really hydrating and really slick. It's really nice soap. So I'm getting, all the benefits of the soap. But the razor is leaving its own sort of slime, I would call it. A sort of slime across my face, and I'm not sure about that. I like the soap to do that. I mean, obviously some people will love that because they're not using a really good soap. I guess if you're using like foam out of a can, you're going to appreciate the extra slipperiness that this gives you. The tilting and the pivoting of the blade, or 5 blades I should say, is good. You kind of, it gives you the sense that you just can't cut yourself, which is fantastic. For most people they want an effortless, easy shave. However, I've got quite sensitive skin, and already under here and here, having done that one pass, I now feel a little bit irritated. Already I can sense it. I mean, my skin's a little tender because I've been in the sun today. It's been a really hot day here in Greece. And that is just, 5 blades. It's doing some damage. Okay, let's switch then to the very, very cheap £4.30-ish razor. That is with 7 blades, incidentally. The blades are super easy. I'll show you the guard system. Literally a super lightweight plastic handle. It's got a little hole for hanging on a hook in your bathroom. The blades have a nice single blade. They're super lightweight. I mean, that's the thing that bothers me. It feels rubbish, quite frankly, in the hand. But let's see how it shaves. Let's give it a go. Okay. So I think straight away the audible feedback is different on that. And where I thought maybe The single blade would struggle with 5-6 days of growth. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. That is pretty fantastic just with a single pass. The design of it seems to be allowing the flow through. I don't know if you can see the flow through of the beard through the razor in a way that it didn't, because the 5 blades on this one, on the Fusion Proglide, are sort of stopping it. So that's pretty good. It does feel horrendously cheap and lightweight in the hand. Because it is. It's cheap. It's a super cheap razor. I think I got this one off eBay, as I say, and with a bunch of refill cartridges, it was about £4.20. Which is ace. And if you've got carry-on luggage, you know, I don't know what you get, like 10 kilos with Brian Air or whoever it is, then you're going to benefit from this, because it's like a quarter of the weight of the other one. And at the moment, I'm actually quite enjoying the shave from that, even though it feels cheap and plasticky in the hand. That single blade is very nice. Now you may disagree. You might think that single blade's not great, but I don't think I've used a multi-bladed cartridge razor like this one for probably 6 or 7 years. So this one feels very alien. It's very odd as a sensation. It has done a pretty good job. It's feeling around for scratchy bits that it's missed. This one, I think, will need another pass here, yeah, for sure. But this has already had equivalent of like 20 blades across it, so this side already feels a little tender. Interesting. Right, quick rinse off. I am going to go for a second pass. Yamas. So the Mixed Midget brush, Badger and Boar mix. It's shed a few hairs. I had a bit of a tidy up shave just under my neck and cheeks. And the brush has already shed some hairs this week. It's not a new brush to me, I've had it for a little while. I have taken it away on trips before, and it does shed quite a bit. Retail price, I honestly can't remember. No clue. That soap is fabulous smelling. After a hot day on the beaches around here, that is just a delight. Yeah, if you want to get a really high-end, really amazing Fougere soap, Martin de Candre is awesome. And as I say, a little goes a very long way. It's triple milled, dried for a long time. Apologies if I'm really red and perspiring, by the way, boiling in this bathroom, which is nice. So, second pass. Let's see how the Fusion Proglide performs on the second pass. I'm not entirely looking forward to putting 5 blades across my face again, but here we go. It's still, in fact, it's leaving even more goo than before. That gooey strip on it is really gooey. But anyway, just going across the grain as I would with a double edge, single edge, or straight razor. So yeah, I've been using a straight razor incidentally for the last through lockdown. It's been lockdown time with COVID-19 running right around, so I have had a bit more time at home, and I thought during lockdown I'm going to learn how to straight razor shave. It's a cutthroat razor for those of you who aren't familiar with it. So, I've gone back literally well, more than 100 years from the development of something like this to a cutthroat. And I can honestly say I've loved it. I will try and be less lazy, and I'll do a cutthroat razor shave. My technique so far is not amazing. I am getting there. I haven't had any cuts for a while, but I didn't feel confident enough to do one just yet, but I will. I'll do one for you. Okay. So second pass, it's still leaving all this like slippery goo all over me, which I don't like. It's replacing the actual nice soap and the slickness from the slope, but it's a good razor. You know, it's expensive. I think it's a ridiculous price personally. People say that you can get a lot of shaves out of this head. The 5 blades will stay sharp. You can really, you know, you can use it for, I don't know, like a month or something, which might make a difference to you. Let's try the Guard on its second pass. And with a nice soap like that, Martin de Candre, that feels good. It doesn't need this slimy business. I wish we wouldn't do that, to be perfectly honest. That is just, I can't help feeling that Fusion Proglide is great, but you're paying a premium for it because of a whole lot of marketing nonsense. You know, 5 blades. So far, it's not really performed any better than the single blade at all. The single blade is giving me a close shave. It's very comfortable, it's very easy. It's no worse, basically. So what are you paying for? Yeah, when this is like 30p for your head, I can't see this head not lasting. I would say as well, the other interesting thing about the two razors is this one, because it flexes so much, the Fusion, it flexes so much, it's got this kind of flexi ball business going on. It makes you want to press hard, like really hard, and I am tingling on this side of my face in a way that honestly I'm not on this side with the cheaper razor. So personally, you know, these are both Gillette products. Gillette have put a lot of research and development into both. My money's with this one. You know, it doesn't feel so good as an experience in the hand as so many things don't. You know, lots of razors don't necessarily feel amazing in the hand. What do they actually do for you? This is just as smooth.
5 minutes, guys.
Brilliant. So, there you go, chaps. We're done with this shave. I am going to finish up, because I've just heard my wife saying we're off for dinner. I'm going to finish up off screen with some Arko. This is Arko Classic Creme. It is awesome. Turkish moisturiser for men. It's wonderful stuff. It's super cheap. It really does moisturise. This is a little travel tube. You can get it in big pots. Smells excellent. And I'm also going to use a little bit of Majmoua 96. It's an attar, an Indian attar oil, very popular in India apparently. This was a couple of quid off eBay. I really like it on holiday. It doesn't work in the UK somehow, but I like it. And again, it's tiny, so when you're travelling, there's no alcohol in it, it's just an oil. Recommend it. All right, thanks for your patience. Hope you've learned something useful from the video. Thumbs up if you have, thumbs down if not. Feel free to comment and disagree or agree with anything I've said. And thanks very much. Take care. Cheers.